Hello. Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you. Hello, Adan. Hello, Magnet for Love. Who else have we got? Hello, John. Hello, Karen. Great to see you. Lovely to see you here. So how was our 1st of May? How was our Beltane celebrations go? Do any of us celebrate the May Queen, the coming of early summer? Lovely, isn't it? I just love it. I think the May bushes are just gorgeous. I can't tell you how much it raises the spirits. Beautiful. All right, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to have to watch my voice a little bit tonight. I've been reading all day. So if I can keep going, I shall croak manfully. Why don't we say manfully? We should say womanfully, shouldn't we? Bravely. All right, so what have we got? So we've got Adam. Let's start with you. Okay. What did Mary think when she saw me reading a book? Why is that an unusual occurrence, Adam? Is this, oh my God, Adam's reading a book. That's crazy. I shall ask. That's quite funny. All right, let's see. All right. What did Mary think when she saw Adam reading a book? Let's have a look. Well, so we've got the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles says, well, it's like she's going, well, nothing's happening, really. Just have to wait and see what happens next. So she wasn't reading anything into it at all, Adam. Like nothing. There was, she wasn't. She was just literally going, okay, let's see what happens next. Let's just hold this space. The 7 of Pentacles is where we don't feel there's any current activity. All right. So she's not reading anything into it at all. She's not saying, I think you might be being a bit too subtle for her, my love. I think you might have to be a little more overt if you want to get a reaction. So she's holding the space. She's waiting and seeing is what she's doing. She's just going, well, let's see. Let's just watch. All right. There we go. You might have to be a bit more confident with the old signaling there, sweetie. Magnet for Love, lovely to see you. You can indeed. All right. You can have a general. What is important I know from Spirit now? Okay, let's go. Spirit, let's have a look. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we've got the Emperor, which is a good strong card, isn't it? So the Emperor means, the message means that they want you to maintain strong boundaries. And what this is, it's always an emotional regulation, isn't it? So the Emperor rules, he's like the kind of King of Swords on steroids, if you read any tarot. He's showing up, it's kingly energy, so it's very strong and it's very prescriptive. So it's telling everybody else how it's going to be. It's very much externally referenced. So it's looking at the environment and going, okay, this is what needs to happen. So We need to be very disciplined, very unemotional, but not necessarily entirely cold. It's not like I just show up really cold and detached. It's not that. It's saying that what I need to do is I need to maintain a little bit of distance in order for me to properly control the situation. So whatever you need boundaries for, whatever you need systems for, whatever you need to organize in a way that, you're in charge of, that's what Spirit is telling you to do, right? So we have the Hydro Dam. I've explained this before. The Emperor is not a person, it's a structure. The Emperor is a structure. So it is a thing that we build and that we maintain, and we build it to a set of rules. And here we let just enough emotion through, just enough to enable us to know what's going on. We're not going to shut down our intuition, for instance, are we? No, we're not. If we want to be creative, we're going to let through enough water, enough cups, so that we can be creative, but be disciplined enough to say, right, Monday morning, 9:00, girl, I'm at work. See what I mean? It's a very prescriptive, very disciplined energy, okay? And it also creates powerful boundaries as well. So there we go. That's a very big message from Spirit. That's good. It's very positive. Very nice and clear. Excellent. Lovely. Hello, Anup. Hello, Karen A. Hello, Maren. Excellent, excellent. Hello, Michelle. Just needed to ask, is this the end of the story? Oh, right. Okay, that would be a question to a larger picture. Okay. All right, we should do you next. That's great. Saying hello to everybody. That's lovely. Hello from Arizona. I love this. I love it when people come from all over the world. It's so cool. I bet it's warm in Arizona, isn't it? I bet it's lovely. And I mean, it's not been bad here. It's been sort of spring-like, isn't it? Right. Michelle, is it the end of the story? Okay. All right. Now that, Michelle, is a yes-no question. And as tarot student, we don't ask yes-no questions, because if we do, we get confusing answers. So I'm going to try and reword the question for you and ask you, because your story continues. So let me see. How will you see the next chapter in this story? Let's ask that. How will you see the next chapter in the story to which you are referring? Not your story, this story. Let's try and get our heads on straight. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here, which doesn't say it's the end of the story. It doesn't. But what it does say is that you are handling the next chapter in a very down-to-earth way. So what we don't have here is we don't have a hard-edged ending. We don't have a big old line in the sand. We don't have tears. We don't have drama. We don't have any of that. We also don't have a flat line, so we don't have a sort of a boundary by which somebody won't cross. But we do have a lot of practicality. The other thing we have with this card, which perhaps, depending on your view, is right or wrong, is we have compromise. So that is something to watch out for. It depends on whether you want the end of the story to be the end of the story, because if you want the end of the story to be the end of the story, I would say it probably isn't, not quite. I think the story might well just sort of drag itself on a little bit, because this is just very practical and down to earth, and it's managing the situation. So you're kind of just, you're putting all the ducks in a row, you're sorting everything out, you're perfectly calm. There's no, as I say, no drama. Just you sort of, you're not letting your emotions lead. Remember our little baby under the table there? You're not letting your emotions lead. So it's okay. It's perfectly down to earth and practical. End of the story? Not quite. That would be my considered opinion. All right. Interesting. Maren. Yes. A guidance card. Okay. Great stuff. Okay, let's have a look. A guidance card for Maren. You've got the Two of Wands, Maren, which is a gateway. So this is a crossroads for you. And it's telling you that the time probably is approaching for you to go this way or this way. And this is it. The good thing is, it is a decision made with some authority, because one of the words we use as a sort of a nickname for this card, I think it comes from the Thoth deck, if I'm right. I may not be, but anyway, is dominion. So this is our dominion. So we need to choose which dominion we are going to walk into. And we do this because it is our dominion and we are in control. And that's a good thing. So this is one's energy. So we are walking through with a creative vision and will and determination and courage and a little bit of fire in our belly, just to make sure that we are guided onto the right road. And again, I've described this before. How do we know which is the right road, Janice? How do we choose? We choose because we need to choose the road. It's wands, so we're visualizing, right? We're going to look down that road. We're going to look down that road. And then we're going to go, which road has the clearest, most positive picture? Which road do I see as being the most empowered path? Which is the bravest, most empowered path? And which path would I be most proud of myself for walking down? There you go. That will give you the correct answer. Right? There is your guidance. Very good. Very good. We like that. I like dominion. It's really kind of, I like it when the message is really clear, isn't it? Yes, do this. Oh, okay. A real kind of nice. Okay. Hello, Shelby. Hello, Twin Soul. What's coming up in my love life? Oh, Anup, lovely to see you. Let's ask. Let's see. All right. Okay. The Star. Well, that's good. So the Star is where things are looking more hopeful, Anup. So this is really good. Now, there are a couple of important things about the card that we should bear in mind. First of all, it is a card that makes us feel better. So that's really good. And we regain our faith and we regain our trust, and that's great. And that's what you're heading into, a time of renewed faith and renewed trust. There is a but. Of course, there's a but. There's always a but. So, as we can see from the picture, we are in a safe space right now. We are safe. And let me just show you this. I'm going to hold it right up to the screen. Can you see right there? There is a path and a gate with two mountains in the background. So what we're doing is we're following a star. Anoop, you have been following a star. We're following the star. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk forward. We're going to walk forward with faith. It tells you you're not there yet, though. It feels more hopeful. It feels like there is a way forward. It's not to say that there isn't, but there are still challenges to overcome. And you must be prepared for the challenges, and the faith and trust that you walk forward with that renewed energy. You're going to have to angle that at, I'm going to make sure I'm on track, and I'm going to make sure I am prepared for any challenges, and I stay tight to what I really, really want. And that should always be Annette. That should always be a feeling, not a person. It's really important that we never put a singular person into our manifestation or into our goal, because that never works out. So know how you want to feel, know how this is going to work out. Keep the other person open, and that's the right way forward. But it's good. It's very nice. It feels better. It does feel more hopeful. So that's really good. Lovely. Hola, Shelby. Okay, Twin Soul, lovely to see you. Why didn't Ryan respond to my work? Didn't acknowledge my response. I replied, it seems disrespectful. Okay, well, we can certainly try and get an answer to that. Let's have a look. Okay, let's see. All right. Right. Well, interesting, isn't it? You've got the Queen of Swords from him. So he's just being a bit cold, actually, and a bit unsympathetic, and just very like whatever. He's just being very like, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and you'll have to just wait. So it's potentially could be seen as a little dismissive. The Queen of Swords, as you can see, is very in control. She's very unemotional in her dealings with people, in that, you know, she's just gonna, well, the truth is this, and she's just going about her business being what she is and not really caring how anybody else feels. So it's the tough love card. It might well be that whatever his message was to you about the work was not particularly, you know, soft or supportive, because this is not a supportive card. It's a card that's going to spit out the truth to you in a way that maybe will be a bit of an ouch. So whatever has, whatever's been going on between you both. He obviously doesn't feel the need to, you know, to play nice, right? So it seems disrespectful. I think it's just more unempathic, really, and just, I mean, maybe it's disrespectful, but I don't think it's meant disrespectful in as much as I am trying to be disrespectful. I just think I'm trying to let you know that I don't really care what you think. I'm just whatever the important thing is of the day, I'm just going to do that, and you've just got to suck it up. And either you have to wait your turn, or you have to, whatever it is, I'm doing what I'm doing, girl, and you do what you do and just get on with it. What do you want? Do you want my thanks? What do you want? Do you want my appreciation? What? You're joking, right? It's that kind of energy, right? So disrespectful, I guess, but delivered a bit more, a bit more harshly, I think, than that. So it's not great, to be honest with you. I think it probably needs a bit more investigation. He's certainly not feeling very sympathetic at the moment, that's for sure. So don't expect any apologies or any softness from this guy, because I don't think you'll get it. All right. I hope that makes sense. I don't know what your relationship is with him, but he doesn't seem, he's certainly not going to buy you a cup of tea and pat you on the back, is he? That's for sure. Hi, John. Hi, Karen. Yes, I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. I'm loving this time of year. May is my absolute favourite month. Well, I mean, September also. I think I said in the newsletter, I also love September. I think May might do it for me, though. It's really gorgeous. Just lifts your spirits, doesn't it? It's lovely. Okay. All right. Karen? John Clark. I'm not sure how long I will be around. I had 2 hours sleep last night. Oh, John. Well, look, here's the thing, John. If you doze off in front of your screen, we won't know. We won't know. We won't hear you snoring. We will not judge you. We won't be the Queen of Swords. Nobody will prod you and wake you up. And my poor husband, when he falls asleep, it's like we're watching something which I think is quite exciting. And I'm going, oh, and I go, and he's like, wake up. Like, oh, what? Because you're falling asleep. What's wrong with you? So I won't do that, John. I won't prod you and wake you up. Say, wake up, John. It's exciting. Stop it. And doze off in peace. All right, Karen, let's have a look. Guidance from Spirit on what to expect romantically over the next 3 months. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Let's see. Well, we've got the 4 of Wands, which is stable. So this is where it's all right. You're not in any distress or anything. It's just, it feels like a bit of a safe haven. Okay. And it's not like, I don't know, is it there's nothing happening? It doesn't feel like there's much action, honestly. It just feels like a stabilized position, which is just perhaps in place. And isn't really going anywhere. So why, I wonder? I mean, well, I say I wonder, I probably know why. Because the thing is with this Four of Wands card, and weirdly, I did this in my newsletter just this morning. The Four of Wands is stable because the way out of the Four of Wands is a little bit unknown, and we're sort of walking into the woods. So I think, Karen, you read tarot, don't you? So if we pair this card up to the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Cups is easy to walk away into the unknown because something isn't stacking up, right? Because we think, well, I'm not happy, something's not right, I'm going to have to emotionally disconnect and walk into the unknown. Trouble is with this card, that's not the case here. Everything is sort of okay. It's not even that you're playing it small. It's just that you're stable. You're okay. There is nothing wrong. So I think if you were going to move forward, you'd have to really push the boundaries with regards to what your next moves are going to be and get quite uncomfortable with that. So obviously your next card is the Five of Wands, where you're sort of going into territory that is going to challenge you, right? That's how you're going to break this deadlock. And that's, I think, the way things are for the next 3 months, right? So I hope that makes some kind of sense. Let me know. Hello, Vanilla and Pie. Hey, John, thank you very much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, buy Janice's new book, and also visit Janice's online shop, lifecodetarot.store. So, okay. Yes. So, everybody, that's good. And what I always like to ask everybody to do is, if I do a reading for you, if I pull a card for you, please do go to one of the videos on the main channel and hit play for me. It has actually been working, and we've done, we've had a little bit of an uptick in views, which I really appreciate. So if I've done a reading for you, please pick a video, hit play, and then leave me a little message just to say you've watched it, even if you didn't really. I'll never know. I would really appreciate that. That is your reading tariff. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate that. Thank you, John. You are a star, as always. Okay. Oh, and everybody, John passed his exam. I'm just announcing this for you, John. John passed his exams. Can we all say congratulations to John? Because we have been tracking his process and his progress and process over the last few months. He's done it. Yay! Awesome. Well done, you, John. That's fantastic. Good stuff. Clear and Pie, what's good coming my way this May? Oh, I don't know if I can promise you that, sweetie. I'll try and filter out the challenges. Right, let's see what I can come up with. What is good coming the way of Vanilla and Pie this May? Let's have a look. Okay, we've got the Hermit. So now look, the Hermit is not a card that has us necessarily skipping down the daisy path with joy. But what we must see is we must see this in context, because this is good. So basically in May, there is going to be a period where you are feeling a bit on your own, right? That's important. It may not feel comfortable. You may not welcome it, but it is good nonetheless, because in that period, you will be able to come to the truth of how you feel. You'll be able to draw on your own wisdom, not be influenced by anybody else, and you can find your way, and that's good. That's going to lead forward, right? And it's a kind of knowing what's best for you without anybody else telling you what to do or what to think or anything. And sometimes these periods of being on our own can feel a little bit challenging. Sometimes we can feel a bit on the outside of things, but that's not what this is about. This is about you coming into yourself and drawing on what you think and the way what's right for you moving forward. Okay, so this is an important month. It is a good thing. Celebrate it, lean into it, and take it for the gift that it wants to be. All right, good. We like that. Okay. Hello, Shakti. Okay, so Shakti, can I have a career card to help me succeed my career plans? Coming time, thank you. Okay, good stuff. Lovely. Let's see. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Ooh, very nice. More confidence, sweetie. This is what you need right now. You just need to know that you can be successful. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, really, does it? You've got to be successful. You've got to know your worth. You've got to know you can do it. You've just got to assume success, right? You remember that thing that I don't know where it came from, was it Instagram or something? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Right? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? That's the energy that you've got to move forward in. All right. So there's also leadership here as well. And what this card tells you is that this is a bit of a team effort. So this is not a solo act. So you're going to need to get other people on board here because it's by galvanizing your courage, your vision, and the people around you that you're going to make the best progress. Right? So make sure you know that you treat the people around you good, because you know what comes up must come down. You need people's support, and it's very important that you do that. So don't treat your success as a solo effort. It's not just about you. It's about you and the people around you, and they will help lift you up, keep your confidence in place. You've got to lead the way here. It's very important. Lead the way, do it right, and it will work out just fine. Right? Good. Happy to deliver that. That's very nice. Okay. Excellent. All right. So we have Maren up next. My question is, what should I prepare for with regards to job opportunities? Oh, Maren, how exciting. That's so awesome. All right. So I wonder, Maren, if that, because Maren is part of the Tarot Tribe group, and we did a reading, didn't we? Just a couple of, was it last week? I wonder if that was in any way alluding to this job, Maren. I'd be interested to go back and see if it aligns, if the message aligns with it. Okay, let's have a look. So, okay, what should I prepare for? Okay, so a rush of energy that burns bright, then maybe burns out. So based on that card, whether or not it goes all the way, I'm not sure. It doesn't say it fails, but it is saying that you will need to hold the line as far as the intensity of it's concerned. And it feels like there's quite a lot of excitement up front, and then maybe that excitement wanes a bit for some reason. Obviously, Maren, this is just one card. You could follow up with your own reading here as well. But it's a little bit like, oh, I'm really, really keen. I'm really, really, really keen. Like, not so much. And it kind of fades back. So one of two things could happen here. Either you go along to the interview and you just go, I'm not so sure I'm really as into it as I thought I was, or it feels like it's all going in a really, really, it's like it's getting all powered up, and then it kind of just drops down a bit and loses energy. One of the two, I think you'll find will happen here. But let's see. Just go through it. It's a great opportunity to kind of get things moving, isn't it? So that's good. I wonder if it's you. I wonder if you start off really enthusiastic and then just go, no, I'm not sure if I'm really that keen. I don't know. Let's look. Let's see how this pans out. Report back to us, please. Okay. Ascending universal butterfly, what guidance is coming through from my guardians from the highest good? Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, what guidance is coming through from my guardians, my highest good? Okay, well, we've got the Death card, which is always a big card to draw, isn't it? So what this is saying for your highest good, you need to know that endings are not necessarily negative. And this is where I want you to imagine it's a bit like the tide coming in and the tide going out. And sometimes the tide needs to go out and clean the beach. So the tide will come all the way in and it will pull back and it will take with it into the ocean what it needs to take with it. So if something around you is coming to the end of its time or the end of a phase, then for your highest good, you must allow that and be with that and don't fight it. Okay, don't fight it. It's really important because this is all about change, and change is good. So this is a change cycle you're heading into. Let go of what needs to be let go of. Embrace whatever is next, even if it's unknown, doesn't matter. Embrace the unknown, embrace the space, and open your arms to it and go, okay, I understand. This is for my highest good. I understand. All right. I hope that helps. As my dog is going crazy in the background. I don't know if you can hear him. He's a very chatty dog. And he's sometimes it sounds like he's going, "Rah!" It's a bit disturbing, but he's just excited, that's all. Goodness, what is going on? Oh, I think. Oh, sorry, guys, because Jeff's in the garden. He wanted my dad to just let him out. So he's like, let me out. I want to be with Jeff. So there we are. Okay, so that's good. Lovely, lovely. I may have guidance for my love with Kasuma. You can, sweetie, you can. Okay. Good. The Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is an interesting card, isn't it? Because it's very investigative. And what it asks you to do is to find out the facts. And as you can see, we have this quite a sort of young energy here, and he's on his laptop. And what he's doing is he's going, what should I know? What do I need to find out? What do I need to do? So because it's swords, it's asking you to be very analytical, very very factual, and again very investigative. So it could be that you need to ask for clarification, or it could be that you need to step back, take a look, and ask yourself what you need to learn about the situation, because we have a page here. Pages are all about learning. Now, the other thing that pages are all about is the future, because they are aspirational, because they want to make something happen, because they're looking into the future and they're going, what's possible? And so what he's doing is it's swords, so it's not emotional, Saran. So what it's asking you to do is to be very investigative from a non-emotional perspective, and to be quite, okay, if I was going to look at what the problems are, because this is swords, so we're very much about what are the problems, what might the problems be moving forward, how might those problems play out over time, what is the risk. So in a way, you can see the Page of Swords as a bit of a risk assessor, right? If he worked for an insurance company, he'd be the one doing the, working out the level of risk in a situation. So that's what it's asking you to do, all right? To step away from your emotions, be very investigative with your mind, with your logic, and also with your communication. So ask questions and listen to the answers, and be very analytical in the way you listen. All right? So that's guidance for you. I hope that helps a bit. Great stuff. Magnet for love. Well, yes, I'm glad that made sense. Magnet for love. I'm very happy about that. That's good. Very resonating. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Phoenix Rising. Is there anything my ancestors want me to do or know? Oh, okay. That's interesting, isn't it? It's a bit of an ancestral thing. I like that. Okay, let's ask. Ancestors. That would be a little interesting live, wouldn't it? To do ancestor readings. Maybe we'll do that. That's quite nice. I like that. Okay. All right, so, right. Oh, that's really sweet. So, so I asked the question, is there anything your ancestors want you to know or do or know, please? So what this is, it's asking you to go back to a younger version of yourself, maybe really start to connect with that innocent version of you, the version of you that was very tender and very open and very, very, very young and guileless. And go back to that and ask what that gift was. What was the gift of your childhood self? What did she want? And also, this is, if we're talking about ancestors, this is possibly to become a bit of a spiritual student, because there is a very powerful intuitive sense with young children. They often just kind of know and see things in just a very natural way, not in any kind of big woo-woo way. It's just normal. And I think your ancestors want you to really go back to that time when perhaps your imagination was really set free, and you were a simpler, more tender soul. And again, ask what the gift is, or ask what the gift was from your childhood. What could you go back and get from it? Okay, that's really nice. And I think if we really want to be cute with this, we could also say that they're saying, "We love you, child." And I think that would be perfectly valid in this. That's something I really want to say. And I don't do this very often, but I would say that the message is, "We love you, child." It's nice. I like that. That works for me as a message. What do they want you to know? That's what they want you to know. What they want you to do is what we've just discussed. Okay? Is that nice? I like that a lot. Very gorgeous. Very gorgeous. Okay. Lotus of Serendipity. Happy Tuesday. I have a message from, may I have a message from Goddess Tara? Yes, you may. Let's ask, of course. Okay. Well, Goddess Tara likes you, Lotus of Serendipity. Her message is joy, freedom, love your life. Really, really lean into everything that lights you up. There is nothing hidden here. There is nothing wrong. Everything is exactly as it should be. And your job is to find the joy. That's your job. Find the joy in life. Find the joy in what you're doing. Really go into that light and bring it to life, right? Isn't that nice? That's really lovely. We're being swept away by the Beltane energy, aren't we, on this live? This is really sweet. So lovely message for you. Find the joy and lean in. Okay. Great. I think I might have to have lunch with Goddess Tara. I think she sounds great. Awesome. That's all right, Michelle. It was lovely to see you. Celine, good stuff. Can I have a 1 card reading? Career. You can. Okay, let's have a look. This is for Celine. It's a 1 card career reading. Okay, well, we've got the 2 of Swords. And the 2 of Swords is kind of stalemate, really. And it means that things are potentially a little bit stuck. And the reason they're stuck is because you're not making the next move. And you need to. And the reason you're not making the next move is because you're not fueled by anything that feels like a win. So the trouble is with this card, when we're in the 2 of Swords energy, is that we are stuck in between a sort of, it's like on the horns of our dilemma. So I could do this and I could do this, but you know what? I'm not really feeling it either way. And also, if I do this, this might go wrong. And if I do this, this might go wrong. And I just don't see a big enough win to make the jump. So if you imagine you're on the fence, which is what this is, I'm on the fence. Sooner or later, I got to jump down on that side or that side. I can't sit on the fence forever. So you've got to make the next move, is what this is about. You've got to do it. You've got to decide which way you're going to go, what your next steps are, what you really want. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be stuck sitting on the fence for a while. One of the messages of this card is that you need to make a move so life can then make its move. But until you lead the way by making a move, life just waits. It waits for you. It's all right. It doesn't mind waiting. It's in no hurry at all. Just waiting for you to choose your next step. So the message is you are going to have to choose one way or the other, even if you think it's not ideal. So either make your peace with where you are at the moment, where you are, or choose your next step, choose your next role, choose to make your next move. And even if it's not ideal, it's still probably better than just sitting it out on the sidelines, which you could end up feeling that that's where you kind of are on the benches a little bit. All right. I hope that makes sense. You see, we have Sarah Taylor. Is there any movement on my move? Ooh, let's have a look. Okay. Well, a bit similar. It's like this is telling you that you've got to make some choices here. And those choices are going to, it's like you've got to decide your path. So this is a bit of a crossroads. So whatever the situation is, you've now got to choose your next steps, because I don't think this situation is going to move on its own, sweetie. So there's going to come a point where you have to choose. Maybe I have to choose a new agent. Maybe I have to choose to lower the price. Maybe I have to choose to do whatever. But whatever route you take, right, should work out good. It's not that there's anything blocking it. It's just that the next step has to be taken. The next choice has to be made in order for this to carry on moving. So it's not saying that it's blocked. It's just sort of a little bit of a red light. So you can then push it forward to the next stage. All right. Hope that makes sense. Interesting. Not blocked though, but the movement has to be yours, I think. Actually, I think you need to choose a change of some sort here, or maybe a slightly different direction in some way. Okay, hope that helps. That's all right, Aaron. Don't worry. That's all good. Hello, Lisa. What or who is coming on my path regarding my love life? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Well, before anybody shows up, the first thing you've got to do, Lisa, is work through your fear. Because I would say that your fear right now is the biggest problem, all right? The thing is that when we are anxious, or because this is anxiety, so when we're anxious, what we're doing in our minds is playing out the worst case scenario. So, we're seeing, oh my God, what if I never meet anyone? Or what if it all goes horribly wrong? Or what if I get my heart trashed? Or what if? This fear, this big nightmare, because it's called the nightmare card, is just that. It's just a nightmare. It's not true. Now, it causes a couple of problems energetically, because when you walk forward with your nightmare in front of you, what you do is you look for evidence of it. You just will, because you're scared of it, so you're watching for it. And when we watch for something, we find it. You see? That's not a good thing. So you've got to completely make your peace with your nightmare, and you've just got to see it for what it is. It's just a monster under the bed. It's not real, doesn't have to be real. You've got to clear the picture, because the picture that you've got in front of you is kind of obscuring your view. All right? That's really important. You've got to deal with your fear first before you can attract the right person into your life. Because what you don't want to do, sweetie, is to attract somebody who's also scared. You see, you don't want to do that, because we attract what's resonant with us. We all do it just naturally without even trying. You saying, I don't want this, or I don't want that to happen, or what if that happens? What happens is you tend to attract somebody with a resonant energy to that, and that's not a good thing. So you've got to neutralize the fear. You can't push it away. Don't push it away. Give it lots of love. That's the only way to do it. Whenever you feel that anxiety, whenever you feel that fear, just go, oh, do you know what? I got you. It's all right. We're safe. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. We are quite capable of attracting somebody lovely, because we are lovely. So why would we not? There is nothing to fear. Okay? There you go. That is the advice of Auntie Janice. Listen to your Auntie Janice. She won't lead you wrong. All right. What have we got here, Gina? Hello, Gina. Lovely to see you, darling. Okay. Oh, Gina, I reached out to the people that you told me about on YouTube. Thank you very much. The guy that did the life code review, he's quitting because he has health problems, which are not Good. And the lady is, I've sent her a deck, the lady in Canada, and she's very happy to do a thing with that. So that's good. Thank you, sweetie, for that. That was very kind and thoughtful of you. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let me see. So a card for guidance about relationships in my future, friendship or romantic. Okay, let's have a look. Well, here we go. Well, it's not it's not the most oh, hold on, what's happening here? Sorry, something that's strange on my feed there. Okay, not the most exciting card in the world, is it? The Knight of Pentacles. But Gina, as I'm sure you know, it tells you just keep going. And the Knight of Pentacles is very much a process card. So it's making sure you keep going in the right way and you don't give up, because it's actually a really good card. It's telling you slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush. No need to rush. No need to panic. No need to worry. Keep going, doing the right thing, the right order at the right time, and you will get the right result. That's pretty nice. That's really good. So just keep it on going. And even if it feels a bit slow, and even if it feels like it's like, oh my God, it's just taking forever. Oh, why do I have to have a tractor? Why can't I have a red sports car? You'll be pleased in the end. Okay. You'll be pleased in the end. Good. Very nice. That's all right. It's quite positive, really. Telling you that it's on its way, which is great. What have we got? So this is Team Elizabeth of Venus. Lovely. Hi, Janice. I would love to know what's coming up in my love life. Oh, lots of lovely love readings today. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, this is quite interesting because it's quite a quiet card, Elizabeth. What's coming up in your love life next? This is where you're going to be spending some time really. It's like a sort of, well, you can see it's like a meditation energy, but it's really coming to the truth of how you really feel. And that's really important. So while it's not, like the arrival of a amazing new relationship or amazing new boyfriend, it's not that, but it's important, and it's important that you don't skip it. So this is where you're sitting with yourself, and maybe you're thinking about what's happened. Maybe you're thinking about what you really want. Maybe you're thinking about what is the truth for me of how I feel. What is the truth of where I am really? And when you come to that, it's like you're processing in a really important way, and that's going to set you up because the queens support the process. So that's going to set you up for the process to work properly. All right, very important. For the process to work properly, you've got to come to the truth of how you feel within you. All right, that's very important. And that will help, and that will set you on track for the result that you actually want. Right? Good. Not bad at all. Quite positive, really. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Pinky Key. What sweet. Pinky Key. One card for me. in current situation. Okay. All right. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. So again, we've got the death card. Second time we've had this tonight. Advice just the same in this instance. Make sure that you lean in to the idea of change. Change is really important. We don't like it. We never like change. We never like endings. We never like to have to let go of things that we don't want to let go of. But you know what? It always clears the decks, right? There's a book I read a while ago called, a long time ago now, called The Barefoot Doctor. And it's a really good book. You should read it. It's great. Everybody should read it. It's a really good book. And it's like modern Taoism. And he has this really great chapter, and it stayed with me, about the universal dinner lady and how he asks for what he wants. And the dinner lady says, yes, you can have what you want, but first, before that, you have to dance with me, and then we have to clear tables. So you have to dance with the energy, and then you have to help the energy clear the tables, because you can't get what is next for you. You can't get the next thing. Embrace the space. Remember, you've got to have a clear space in order for the next thing to come in, because this, whatever this is that is ending, it's blocking the way. And you may not feel that, you may not know it, but you have to allow change, because it's by allowing change that things grow and get better. You cannot cling to the rock to keep us where we are in the river. You've got to let go. You've got to allow it. And that is your guidance. All right, sweetie? Hope that makes sense. All right. Let's have a look. Hello, Thandiki. Thandika. Great. It is coming to you this week. Well, let's have a look. Okay. This is a card for Thandika. What should they prepare for this coming week? Oh, well, the Wheel of Fortune. So that's not a small card then. So you also are in a change cycle. Now, this is not quite the same as death. It doesn't work the same. It's not the same energy. What this is circumstances that twist and move you from one chapter to the next. So it may be that there is restructuring. It may be that things move, things happen, and it's often unexpected, and it often feels a bit random, but it's a good thing. So this is where we spin the wheel. And the way it is right now is the way it will not be. It's going to be different. The wheel goes up, the wheel goes down, and things change. And it is our job, again, to dance with it. This is the point. This is what we have to do with all energy. We have to dance with it. We mustn't resist it. So whatever happens this week, which feels unexpected, which feels like it comes out of left field, right? Don't be knocked off course. Just pivot and move with it. What you do is going to be very important in that mix. Okay? Good. There you go. That's for you. Come back next week. Tell us what happens. If anything. Hopefully something has. Great stuff. Okay. That's all right. Twin Soul. That's all right, John. Did escapes. I think you're new to Escapes, aren't you? I don't think we've met before. Can I remind everybody that if I've given you a reading, we do have a little tariff on our readings. If you could go onto the main channel, if you could pick a video, if you could hit play and let it play to the end, and if you can leave me a little message or a like just to let me know you've watched it, I would really appreciate that. The readings are free, but if you make me this gift in return, it helps with the energy exchange, and I really appreciate it. And if you would do that for me, that keeps the energy good and positive. So thank you. So yes, you can have a free card to Escape. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, what are your next steps for the most positive way forward? Okay, what should you do for the most positive way forward? Good. You've got the star, which is actually telling you, keep the faith. Things are moving in the right direction, right? You're okay. You're on your way. You're on your path. It's all right. That does not mean that all the problems are solved. It does not mean there won't be problems to solve. There won't be mountains to climb. In the background, there are mountains to climb. There will be problems, but you are on the right path. Keep your faith and keep following your star, metaphorically, okay? Because you're going in the right direction. All right, that's a very, very important message for you. You're going in the right direction. Good. I hope that means something. Good job. Hello, Warren. Can you have a card for May on love and work? Well, I tell you what I'll do. It is 2 questions, Warren, and you can't be cheeky and get an extra one. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask, what would serve love and work equally well? Right? What would serve love and work equally well? Now, I know that this may sound a bit odd, but you have no idea how many times I do love readings and then somebody asks me for a career reading in the same session. Can we look at my career now? And the energies are very similar. You'd be surprised. So how can you show up for the best effect in love and work? Let's have a look. The Magician. Very good. We like the Magician. Look, he's up there. Look, there he is. Oh, there. We love the Magician. The Magician tells you that you have more power than you think you do. You can apply this to both. So what the Magician says is, if we drill down into it a bit more, as is my want, you have to decide, Warren, what you want to bring to life. This is the same old chestnut. What do you want? So you've got to decide what the potentials are, and you've got to decide which one of those potentials you want to make real. And then what you do is you set about making that happen. And what they're saying to you is, you can absolutely do that, right? You can absolutely do it. And you can work a little magic by understanding what it is you want. And again, this thing, dance with the energy, right? As above, so below. What we're doing is we're tuning into our imagination. We're tuning into our intuition. We're knowing what we want. And then we're going, right, okay, how can I make this happen? You have to do something. When we're manifesting, you have to be proactive. So you do have to take action, but you have more power than you think you do, okay, in both instances. So that is my message to you, Warren. It's good. I Hope that helps. That's all right, Shakti. That was my pleasure. Okay. Sam, when will I get a job? Next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. I'm only joking. Okay. So tarot may not give you a date, but what it will do is it will give you a clue. Well, let's just ask, see what it says. I'm not gonna prejudge it. Okay, sorry, just looking what we've got. Okay. Right, let's have a look. Well, we've got the Hermit here, and the Hermit is telling you that there is a red light at the moment on, I think this is what this is telling you anyway, on what's happening around your job search. And it's telling you that you've got some decisions to make moving forward. And you have to be very clear with yourself on why you're making the decisions you're making. And you also have to be very sure that you're making those decisions for the right reasons. Because energetically, what's going on at the moment is you're sort of being held at a red light. The Hermit says, are you sure this is wise? That's his question to you. Are you sure this is wise? So what it's asking you to do is to stop, take some time, remove everybody else's opinion out of the equation and go, okay, what do I think is the way for me to go? Commit to it and do it. That's when you'll get a job. All right? Hopefully that helps. You do not want to be listening to anybody else. You do not want to be doing things for what is in fact the wrong reasons. So just need to be practical. I know I won't enjoy it. I don't really want to do it, but I've got to. Whatever that is, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. So give that some thought. See what that means to you. All right. Okay, it's just move that one. Great stuff. Okay. Hello, Queen Bee. Lovely to see you. I have a couple of readings in WhatsApp as well that I promised I'd do, so I'll try and do those. Okay. Is Mark coming towards me soon? Let me see. Okay. I'm going to reword the question because, again, we've got a yes or no question. Tarot doesn't like yes or no questions. So if we're going to get a clear answer, we have to make the question a bit more open. So let me see how we can do this. Let's ask, what are Mark's plans around walking towards Queen J-Bay? Yeah, what are Mark's plans? Well, we've got the Two of Pentacles here. So the Two of Pentacles really go with the flow. So he didn't have any plans. and he's not really fixed in what he wants. So this is very much, it's the card of the juggler, which means he's like that one or that one and that one. It's very unstable. There isn't anything solid in here in what you can expect of him. So he just literally is in that, well, I might, sometimes I want to, sometimes I don't, and I keep changing and I'm just not stable. So I would be a little bit cautious about this guy, honestly. Queen, I think he may be a bit frustrating. Even if he did step forward, he may just mess you about like crazy. So be a little bit cautious of putting your attention on him, because his attention doesn't stay in one place for very long, I think. All right? That is what I think. See, now, I just want to say that if we had asked a yes-no question, we might get yes. But it wouldn't tell you anything, would it? Because it would be yes, oh, no, yes, oh, no. But we've only got one card. So we would only get a little bit of the answer. So that's why we've got to be very careful with yes-no questions, because they don't actually give us all of the information that we really need. Good. Okay. Tina She Chocolate. See, what should me and Marcel decide regarding our future together? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, interesting. So we've got the Three of Pentacles here. And that really is quite a practical card. So it is a card of each of you deciding what your respective roles will be. And it's like a work card, right? So it's like, okay, well, it's like a contract. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this will be my role, this will be your role, and also there's somebody else in the equation here. So that might be, I don't know, family, or it might be work, or whatever it is. We have to decide what our collective jobs are in this relationship, right? This is what you need to decide. You need to decide, can you have a working relationship together? Yeah? What job is going to be yours? What job is going to be Marcel's? And who is the third party in this relationship? Because there is somebody else here which will also be really important for you both, right? And I would say that maybe Marcel, particularly, I'm just saying this because I'm just feeling it in the moment, Marcel has responsibility in this instance, I think. And that responsibility, or he feels he has responsibility, that responsibility will also impact on your life and what your role is. Okay, so that's really important that you unpick that and get to the truth of it and are both in agreement with it, because here's the important part: you can't change it. You can't. If you get together with this plan, that's it. It's written in stone. If you want to change it, you change the relationship. You cannot rewrite it afterwards. Very specific. You need to be specific. You need to know what the rules of the game are. All right? There you go. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me quickly get into my... Okay. Right. So I have a question here. With this lady wants me to not to post names, so I won't. Right, hold on. I'm going to put this in the chat here. Person in question. And hold on, I'm just editing here, guys. JB. And and what should we call you? We should call you JW. Okay, so this is for JW. A little bit War and PC. I'm just going to post that in the chat. And then I have another one to post in the chat as well. We have Alexia. Okay, let's put this one in as well. Okay. Good. Perfect. All right, so I will get to those two readings as we go down. Great stuff. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Phoenix Rising. I'm happy that connected with you. Okay. Okay, I see you, John. I've got you next. Will there be reconciliation in May with my person? Okay, Luna, let's have a look. Okay. Right. So again, we've got a will there, won't there, a sort of yes, no question. So what should you prepare for in May with regard to reconciliation with the person to whom you're talking about, Luna? Let's ask. Well, okay. Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is messaging, and I don't think it'll be reconciliation, but I do think there will be contact. Okay. It doesn't promise reconciliation, but it does say there is communication. Now, here's the trouble, that you've got to be very careful here, because this is not only a messenger card, it's also a card of learning. So it's going to ask you, what do you need to learn? Okay. What is the lesson in all of this for you? And that's a very easy thing to say, because, when we were trying to reconcile with somebody and we want to get them back and we think that'll make us happy, that's all we can see, right? And then if they message, we feel like we have like a shot of energy all of a sudden, and everything looks maybe that it's going to be okay. But it's really important that you understand that this is a learning curve for you, and that there are going to be lessons here that you must learn, and you need to learn them pretty damn quick, sweetie, right? So this relationship is trying to teach you something, and that is not because this relationship is your forever relationship. I'm going to tell you that it's not. All right. So it's whatever the lesson is, you don't want to keep repeating it. Right? You don't want to keep repeating it. So This is my message for you. Be careful. Read your messages carefully and make sure that you know what this relationship is trying to teach you. Okay, that's my reading for you. Okay, John, I've got you. Right, if I start my business and it's teaching, I have an idea for pricing and product strategy that will benefit everyone. How will this be received if I proceed? Okay, let's have a look. I like a good business reading, John. Okay. Right, so how will John's pricing and product strategy be received if he proceeds as per? The Wheel of Fortune. Well, interesting, isn't it? I wonder if you will start your business, John. I wonder if you will. I wonder if fate has other plans. Because this is talking about a bit of a twist, isn't it? Eh? So the Wheel of Fortune, as we know, moves you to the next phase. It hasn't answered your question. In fact, I think it's telling you that maybe your question is moot because there is something else entirely here for you that may come out of left field or that you haven't seen yet or is circumstantially referenced. So something will change around you, which will change your direction. So, very interesting. Why can't I give you a straight answer, John? This is the question now, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's not saying it will be badly received at all, John. It's just saying that there are other factors in play which are going to influence the situation, which will mean that your thinking and your strategy will have to really take into account other factors rather than just how it's received. All right? I think that's okay. Gosh. Let's have a look. Hello, plate of spaghetti. Hello, Tassin. Okay. Let's have a look. This is Tassim. Can I know Abdul's current feelings for me? Yes, I will do my best. I will. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. Well, it's not the greatest news, Tassim. So this is where Abdul looks to me like he has emotionally withdrawn and he's sort of taken his attention elsewhere. And it is a tricky one because it means that right now he's possibly not looking in your direction. He's looking elsewhere, not at anyone else in particular, but just looking at whatever the next, where his happiness might lie. And unfortunately, right now, he's not focused on you. So that's unfortunate. And it's never great to hear it, but you're going to have to really, oh, I see, hold on, they've got another message here, there's no contact. So yeah, so this is why. So basically he's just sort of separated himself out, and he has cut himself off emotionally, and he's just walking away, sweetie, I'm afraid. This is why. I'm really sorry. I think you're going to have to accept this and move on yourself. All right? This would be my advice to you. Sorry about that. It's never easy to say, but it is what I think is the truth. Okay. Plate of spaghetti. Will William ever come back? He's not answering anymore. Okay, let's ask that too. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right. Well, I've got the Tower for you. And the Tower is always a difficult card when it arrives. It's a big card. And what it's asking you to do is to kind of accept that I think William, in a way, has had a sort of, how can I put this? It's a bit of a life meltdown. So whatever William has been feeling in his life, whatever he thought he wanted, whatever he thought his plans were, I would say probably they're not anymore. Because when this card comes up, it's like everything hits the deck. So yeah, it's not expected. I asked what William's position was with regards to, coming back, with regards to making a reappearance, and it was the Tower. So this is where he's needing to process, and I wouldn't. I'm just a little bit. I'm just going to take another card, not an answer to the question, but I just want to take clarification card for the Tower, because there's an energy that I just want to explore for myself here. 1 second, hold on. Oh, okay, I understand. All right, so yeah, so I just wanted to know what the Tower was referring to. Okay. Because it's a big card, and I was asking about William, and I wanted to make sure William was okay. All right. Because the Tower can mean a bit of a collapse. However, the Tower is referring to this. So this is the King of Cups, and this is where William has sort of, we could say, William has seen the light about his life and about how he feels, and about, him taking responsibility for his choices and what has happened to him and all of that stuff. I think he is needing to spend time with that. With regard to him coming back, I wouldn't rely on it, honey. I wouldn't rely on it. I think you need to let him be. He's processing at the moment. He's had some new life views, and he's sort of taking stock of that as well, thinking, well, what is my responsibility here? And I need to be. Have I been responsible? Have I taken responsibility? So I think you need to let him be. I'm not sure that he'll come back, honey. I think this is a new phase for him, and I think he's going through a real new vision of the way forward and the way it's been before and what he wants moving forward. Okay, so I suggest you just allow that to be and assume that he's probably going to go in a different direction. All right. Okay. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Leave a comment. Buy my new book. Just on Amazon. And also visit my online shop. You can get my book in my shop as well. Buy the deck. If you're a tarot reader. Here we go. Thank you. And if I have done a reading for you, please do jump on a video on the main channel and hit play. Leave me a little comment. That is the way you can say thank you for your reading. That is an energy exchange, which I will really appreciate. So thank you for all of that. Oh, thank you, Luna. That's very kind of you. I'm very glad. Okay, Asmita. Hello, Relaxing Perfect. I am doing very well. It is lovely to see you here again. Okay, Asmita, any clarity that God wants to give me about my future life and career? Okay, well, let's ask. We can certainly do that. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, this is a lovely message. This is the second time we've had this as an advice in a career reading. Any clarity God wants to give me about my future life and career. So, confidence, sweetie. Know that you can succeed. Know that you can lead the way. So this is very good. So this is asking you to know that whatever it is you decide to do in the career that you decide, you will be successful. Again, I want to add, we added it before, we should add it again because it's a very important part of this card. This is not just about you, as we can say. This is a team effort. So we have lots of other people involved as well in the Six of Wands, and they help lift you up. They help you on your way. Make sure you treat them well. Make sure you treat the people well on your way up, and they will support you when times are hard. It's very important that you do that. It's also very important that you get the people around you who are maybe not quite so supportive. You've got to either get them on board or you've got to deal with them delicately, okay? What you don't want is any negativity, so deal with it in a good way so that you can walk forward in a really strong, powerful, confident state, and you are leading. It's really important you're leading. You're not taking people's advice. You're not doing anything like that. You are the leader. You do it, right? Bring them all with you, though. Good. Well, that is your advice. I asked God to give you the message, and that is the message that I got. So thank you. That's really awesome. Yes, Relaxing Perfect. I am indeed doing well. It's my pleasure, Lisa. Thank you. Okay. My name is Sarah. I am Virgo. I wanted to know, do the cards see removing house? If so, what month? Well, I may not be able to do an exact month because tarot is really weird with time. And I know some people say this suit is this month and this suit. I don't hold with that. I don't think that really works in real life. But I will do my best for you. Let's have a look and see if there's anything that comes up. about moving house? Let's see, Sarah. Okay, let's see. Well, we've got the King of Swords here. So that is telling you, Sarah, that in order for you to move house, you have to actually make the decision to do it. It is not going to happen all by itself. So if the moving house thing has already been decided on, there are other decisions that you also need to make. And those decisions have to be made very logically, because it's the King of Swords. So it's asking you to really decide whether or not moving house is indeed the right thing to do. It's a decision. It is possibly a tough decision, and it is a decision that needs you to look at the evidence. So, you know, this is you've got to choose, darling. You've got to make a judgment about moving house. I wonder if maybe it's not the right decision. I wonder if maybe it's not the right decision, not yet. And the reason I'm saying that is slightly intuitive. I'm sort of reaching a little bit here, but that's what we have to do sometimes when we're doing readings. Because the King of Swords is asking you to look for evidence, what this is suggesting to me is that maybe this is not a green light, right? So it's saying any decisions you make around this should be evidential, not emotional. And you need to just be very, very clear and very logical about whether or not this is the right way forward. Make your decision to move house logical and slightly cold and slightly removed. So I wonder if it is indeed the right thing. So look at the evidence of it on, properly, and then decide whether or not you think the judge is going to bang his gavel down on a yes or no. Because at the moment it's sort of sat there, it's not really moving. That's not at all. All right, let's have a look. Let's see what happens. Shradak, good to see you. Lucian. Okay, will I get married next year? All right, so again, we have a yes/no question. Okay, lovely. Let's have a look. Right. So what does Lucian need to know about getting married next year? That's what we're going to ask. So, Lucian, we have the Hanged Man, which tells you probably not. And it also tells you that it's going to be delayed and you're going to need some patience. Okay? Doesn't say you won't get married, but it is telling you that it isn't going to be in the time frame that you think it's going to be. All right? Very simple card. No need to over elaborate. Just telling you you're going to need to wait. I'm afraid. Sacrifice your impatience. It's not going to get you anywhere. You just need to park yourself and know that the time is not now. And the time is not next year either. Right. Sorry. No, I'm Plato Spaghetti. Bring your next question next week. John. So John has just made himself a sandwich, tuna mayonnaise, lemon juice and black pepper, which I have to say sounds very nice. I presume you've eaten it now, John, have you? And you left, what time did you leave that message? 8:18. It's about half an hour ago, so I presume it was delicious. Yum, yum. I had an omelette and salad, but that was nice too. And I had an omelette and salad, and I was swept away with TikTok videos today, because in the spring, TikTok is full of videos about wild eating, and I'm a sucker for a foraging expedition. So we had an omelette with wild nettles and a salad that had dandelion leaves in it, which are very nice. They're a little bitter, a bit like radicchio. We put lemon juice on them, and I had those with nasturtium leaves and watercress. And we put, and I cut up the nettles and put them in the omelette. Nettles are very highly nutritious, you know. Just saying, word to the wise out there. You could do worse than substituting your spinach with nettles. Just don't pick them by the side of a path, because that's where the dogs pee on them, and we don't want that at all. Just saying, there is perceived wisdom here. Okay, just saying. Good. Hello, Stephanie. Lovely to see you again. Right, that's okay, Luna. You know what? It's fine, because if everybody asks yes, no questions. I mean, even I do. When I sit down to do a reading for myself, I often start off with a yes, no question, because that's our point, isn't it? Where we come to a thing. Well, am I going to do that? What's going to happen? Will that happen or won't that happen? So don't worry. You can ask yes, no question. They're not forbidden. I will reword them for you. Don't worry about it. It's all fine. It's all fine. Plate of spaghetti. I cannot answer 2 questions because I have so many to get through. I can't do it. Otherwise, everybody will want 2 questions. And I've got a great big load of list here, which is fine, but I can only do 1 for each person. Okay, so what have we got? Where am I? I've scrolled up the list. I've lost my place. Stephanie, yes, you can have a card, Stephanie. Stephanie, do you just want me to take a card for you, or do you want to ask a specific question? All right. I'll take a what should you focus on next card, Stephanie, okay, if that's all right. Right, I'm just going to take some of these out so that I'm not scrolling down. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is for Stephanie. Oh, hold on. Throwing cards on the floor. Some people read jumping out cards. I don't. I put it down to clumsiness. Okay. All right. So, what should Stephanie lean into next? What will serve her best in accordance with her highest happiness for the month ahead? The moon. Well, that's actually quite good, Stephanie, isn't it? Because the moon is where we're really having to drill down on our fear. And it's not, we had anxiety earlier. It's not quite anxiety. It's where we're just not sure about the way forward because we can't see clearly. And it's a bit more of a primal fear. So we've got it coming from our subconscious, and it's a little bit like we're looking into the dark. We can't see clearly. It might not even be that we're imagining the worst. It might just be that we just have a feeling of low mood, and I don't trust the situation, or I just don't feel good about things. I can't see clearly. So what you need to know here is you need to walk through this, all right? You need to walk through it and understand that it is just fear. And again, if we look at this card, let me hold it up for you. You can see there is a black dog right in the front of this, pathway. And we have graves here, and we have a temple, which looks a bit like an asylum at the back there. So the idea is the temple is where your wisdom is, but you can't get to it because you're too scared. You're too scared to go through the black dog. And the black dog often means that we're also feeling a bit low. We might be feeling a bit depressed, a bit, just down. So understand you've got to just walk through it. That's the point of it. You've got to walk through it. And then as you walk through it, the fear will go. The fear will go. If you just keep walking, fear will go. Fear is your worst enemy here. All right? It's just an illusion. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to do your fear. Do what you're scared of. Walk into it and watch it dissipate. Okay? Very important. Good. All right, let's see. What else have we got? Let's move down here. Thank you, John. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, buy Janice's new book. Please buy Janice's new book. Please. You can get it in my shop, which is lifecodetarot.store. I would very much like to sell more books, please. Okay. All right. So this is one of my WhatsApp readings. So this is for JW. The person in question is JB. They've had a sudden shock breakup. And will there be a second phase for this? Intuition is telling you, even if it's not committed relationship. Okay. All right. So let's take some guidance on this. Okay. So, right. Right. Well, okay, so the Two of Wands, we've had this a couple of times before tonight. You see, I'm not sure I like your logic here, sweetie. And I know that you don't want the sudden shock breakup. I understand that. I also understand that what you really want is just a second phase. You want another run at it. And let's just try it again. Even if it's not committed, that's not ideal. Because the thing is that this is now asking you to choose your route. And if you choose a non-committed relationship, I think that choice is going to stick with you. It is a pathway. You do not want to choose a non-committed pathway unless, of course, that is indeed the life choice that you want to make, which I don't think it is. I think you're looking at a second phase as a way of making your pain go away. I think that's clearly, just plain and simple. And the fact is, it won't. Even if it does come back, which, okay, I think maybe there is the possibility that you will have the chance to choose. My advice to you is don't choose the easy route. Don't choose just another run at it, even if it's uncommitted. If it's uncommitted, it's not the right route. You should be looking at at your longer term happiness, because this card tells you take one path, you abandon the other. That's a very important message of this card. Take one path, abandon the other. So if you take the path of a non-committed relationship, you are abandoning the path of a committed relationship energetically. That's what you're choosing. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Not for a bit of short-term happiness. It isn't going to last. You know it. You know it's not going to last. Don't choose it. Be in control. Be in control. Choose your path. Choose wisely. Right? So I hope that helped. I was a bit strict with you there, but it's actually a really important message for you. All right, honey? There we go. Okay. All right. And Alexa. Right. So Alexia, didn't get the job I want in IT. Now I'm back at square one. Something's got to give. What should my next move be? Period. Okay. Let's have a look. Get better. Speed up a bit. Got so many to get through. We're going to all be here till midnight. Okay, Alexia, let's have a look. What is Alexia's next move? Because she wants a job that's going to make her fulfilled and happy. That's what she wants to do. So let's have a look. So how interesting. We've got the King of Wands here. Now, the King of Wands is an interesting card because it's a card of a lot of confidence. And I wonder if there is an element of either, now this could go either way, because the King of Wands is a leader, right? He's a leader and he's a bit innovative and he inspires those around him. So I wonder if your job should be with a bit more ownership for you. Now, that could be you starting your own business, of course. It could be. But it could also be you going into something which is maybe more along the terms of maybe marketing or kind of inspiring people as to the way forward in some way, as to how they could do it in a different way. It's like you're standing there going, look at me, we can do this, I can show you. It's really quite strong. So either it's you starting your own business, or it's you going into it's not just a job in IT. It's a lot more dynamic than that. I wonder if you're playing a bit small and a bit safe, Alexia. I think you've got to, push your own boundaries here and be a little bit more dynamic in your vision as to what's possible for you, right? That's really important. Good. Okay, Hadita, you can have a guidance card. You absolutely can. Thank you very much. So everybody, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, could you subscribe for me, please? If I do a video for you, could you jump on the main channel afterwards and hit play on one of the videos? And then give me a like, a little comment, say you've done it. It's a nice little energy exchange. Much appreciated by me. Okay, so we have the Tower. So guidance as the Tower means that right now it is important for you to understand that you've got to let something fall. All right. So things may not have worked out or may not work out the way you think they should or the way you thought they were going to, right? That's something to be aware of. However, if that is the case, and you find yourself thinking that whatever it happens, I didn't expect it or I didn't see it or whatever, know this. It's actually important that you allow it to happen, because the way you move forward out of this is going to make the next part of your life better than it was. So it's a bit like death, but on steroids. So basically, it not only changes one aspect of your life, it changes the way you see things. It changes who you think you are. And what's really important is that you come out of this with a really strong, focused vision on who you think you are in a good way, right? So what you don't want to do is come out of a change period with a decreased vision of life, or with a limited vision of what's possible for you. Don't do that. That's not what this is for. You've got to let fall what needs to fall, and then basically step into your power as soon as you're ready and start rebuilding better. This is a bit of a universal wake up call. All right. So that's your advice, guidance. Let it fall, build it up again, better, stronger, more joyful. Better, stronger, more joyful. I like that. That's true. Okay. That's all right, Warren. It's my pleasure. Okay. Here we go. Hello, Namira. Lovely to see you. Yes, John, the Wheel of Fortune does add a curveball, doesn't it? For sure. Okay. Okay, here we are. Like number 6, well, thank you. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, Maximiliano, could you make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit a video on the main channel, hit play, let it play, hit like, and leave me a comment, which gives Mr. YouTube, who's Mr. Google in disguise, the information that you like the channel. It's very important that we do this. Okay, so here we go. Okay, interesting. I'm hesitating because I'm just trying to, because my question was, what do you need to know about being hired by a company to work in the month of May? And this is, you're overthinking it. You're for some reason you're overthinking it. So your thinking is kind of putting you into a box in some way. So Maximiliano, I can't guarantee it, if I'm honest. I can't guarantee a yes. But what I can guarantee is that whatever it is you're overthinking here, you're slowing yourself down. So I think what needs to happen is you need to take more action. You need to just get it out there and really crack in and go into battle for it, like really, right? No, no second guessing, no yes buts, no like, oh yeah, but if I do that, that might happen. None of that fear, none of that yes butting. You've got to just take lots and lots of action. If you do that, you're going to up your chances. At the moment, it's not looking like it's a slam dunk. Yes, I got to be honest with you, but change the way you're doing it. Change the way you're doing it. Become much more proactive. Take the persevere and take the action you know you must, and things will turn around. Okay, there you go. That is my prescription for you. Okay, Suren, I have answered your question. Paquita. Okay. Can you have a message from your guides regarding career? You can. Okay, here we go. Oh, goodness gracious. My cards are disappearing onto the floor, which is telling you that I'm probably getting a bit tired. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go to 9:30, which is 2.5 hours, which for me is enough. So whoever I can do in that time, I will. If I don't get to you, come back next week, come early, and I will do it then. Okay. A message from your guides regarding career. Well, this is tonight's Stalker card, isn't it? Tonight's Stalker card is 2 of Wands. We're going to hang a little Stalker medal around the 2 of Wands for tonight's Stalker card. So again, okay, message being, right, you have to decide the direction in which you want to go. It's no good saying, I just want a job. It just won't work. Your guides are telling you, you have to make a passionate decision. You have to decide where your passion lies. You have to decide, you have to look down each path and go, I want that path. That's why I'm all fired up about that path, because this is a fire energy card. So it's really important that you know what you want to do, and you know what career path you're going to walk down. Having a job is just too general, and it's just not working, sweetie. You've got to get focused, right? You've got to get focused and know exactly what you want. And even if it looks difficult, so what you might have to do on that path is whatever you have to get that job. So maybe you need to do some more training, maybe whatever you've got to do, you've got to look down that path, see what are the opportunities down that path. Do I like them? Am I enthused by them? Do I feel inspired by them? What do I have to do to make it happen that I get to walk down that path and be successful on that path? That's the message from your guides, all right? Commit to a path. Do whatever it takes and you'll get there. There you go. That is your message. Okay, lovely. Great stuff. Kanara, good to see you. Plate of spaghetti. I am not going to answer any more questions. I'm afraid I've got too many. You'll have to come back next week and ask another one. Okay. Right. Will. Okay. Will Srinivas Rayo contact me? No contact at the moment. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Right. I mean, in theory, maybe, right? But honestly, it doesn't feel particularly inviting. So if you do hear from Srinivas, it doesn't. It feels like it's very transactional. It feels like it's almost a bit aggressive. Honestly, it's like she's really pissed off about something. She's not a happy bunny at all. It's like she's just really just like, I'm contacting you to say this. It's very unemotional. So I wouldn't, um, whatever their reason for contacting you, I wouldn't hang romance on it, honestly. So yeah, I mean, maybe they will, but it doesn't feel comfortable to me, and it doesn't feel like it's the kind of message that you will want to have. So, silence is golden, I think. Arcanara. Archanara, yes, Archanara. Silence is definitely golden. Okay. Hello, Namira. You can have a message from the universe, of course. Okay. So this is a message from the universe for Namiria. Ooh. King of Pentacles, very nice. So the King of Pentacles is telling you that it is time for you to step into a real position of authority in your life. Now, this might be career, might well be, but I think whether it's career or whether it's general, it doesn't really matter. It's a way of seeing yourself, isn't it? It's a way of seeing yourself as being quite, I'm in charge. I'm in charge of all the resources in my life. I manage my life effectively, and everybody else in my life is directed by the fact that I am just a very good manager of my life and all of my money and all of my career, and I've got it all going on, and I'm creating this life that I want, and in a good way. It's in a good way. The King of Pentacles always does it in a way that kind of keeps everybody sweet, right? So he's not like a hard ass. He's not the King of Swords. He's not sort of, look at me, look at me. He's quite practical. He's down to earth, and he manages to manage everybody and all of the finances, the lot. He does it all with great um, mastery and grace. So, so this is your message from the universe. This is the energy that you need to step into, right? You're in charge in your life in a good way. So that's very good. That's what they want you to know. So you're going to be the MD of your life, maybe the CEO, managing director, I think. The managing director, that's your role, all right? Whether that's a career role or whether that's a life role, it's just have a little badge. I'm the managing director, and that will see you right. Good. All right. What have we got? Okay. Well, thank you, Esalila. I appreciate the compliment. Oh, thank you, John. I'm going to put that up. Recommended purchase, the Life Code Tarot and the book. Perfect for you or someone you know who's into tarot. Sharing is caring. Oh, thank you, John. Loving you for that. It is indeed, John. and you shared and you cared, and we thank you. So yes, everybody, you can buy this deck. You can buy the book, which is down there somewhere. And you can buy them on the shop, which is lifecodetarot.store. Thank you. If anyone's got a birthday coming up and they like tarot, well, perfect, isn't it? All right, what have we got here? Okay. Here's a guy from my job attracted to me. Okay. Is that Geo Pedro or Heo Pedro? Is it Heo Pedro? Forgive my pronunciation. I'm terrible at pronouncing Heo. If it's Heo Pedro, then I haven't got it wrong. Okay. Is a guy from my job attracted to me? All right, let's have a look. The guy that you're thinking of, how does he feel about you romantically? Well, when he's thinking about it, honestly, he's thinking about it. He's not sure at the moment, though. He's sort of processing. So the Queen of Cups is very much about, how do I really feel? How do I feel about this? It might be that he's not only processing how he feels about you, but also how he feels about the possibility of any kind of relationship at all. So, do I want something with someone? How do I feel about the concept of relationships and whether or not that's something I want to do or not? So he's in processing mode, sweetie. He's not swept away by any feelings. He's not planning anything right now. He's just going, maybe. Let me just sit with it for a while and see what happens, right? So that's where he's at. Just have some patience and let's see if he comes to any specific conclusions, which he hasn't at the moment. Okay, let's have a look. What else have we got? That's all right. Okay, love angels. Can I ask what are Anthony's feelings and intentions? Is the blocking and unblocking going on, even though it's been a very long time? Okay, let's ask. Okay, let's see. Anthony, let's have a stern word with you. See what you're up to. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is interesting, and it does explain all, because the Ace of Pentacles is like the seed of a potential. So it's not a potential that's being acted on, but what it is the reason he blocks you and unblocks you is because he blocks you because he's going, no. And then he goes, yeah, but what if I changed my mind? What if I did? I'm going to keep it as a potential. Now, it's not saying that he is going to act on that potential, but he's keeping it as a potential. I'm going to tell you, he's using you as a fallback position. Okay? That's what I think this is. I think he's keeping you on the back burner. He's keeping your interest. He blocks you. He unblocks you. He makes sure that you're consistently interested in him and that your attention is in his direction. Should he decide that at some point he wants to do that, and you leap too, because you probably will. All right. So his intentions are to keep you on the back burner until he decides what to do with you, one way or the other. I suggest you make the decision for him. Just saying. He's mucking you about, my love. is what he's doing. All right, so what else do we have? Hello, Cindy. You're very welcome. Thank you for finding your way. Love your forget-me-nots there. They're very pretty. They're all out at the moment, aren't they? Forget-me-nots. That's great. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. And can I remind everybody, please pick a video on the main channel and hit play for me. I need to get a bit more viewing figures up. I keep getting these guys contact me going, oh, I can build your channel. Just pay me lots of money. We could do it if we just all played the videos, guys. We could. Okay. What does Zed think about me currently? No contact situation. Currently no contact situation. Okay, Cindy, let's see what we can do for you. Well, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because it's not dissimilar to the one we had just now. So that was the Ace of Pentacles. This is the Magician. So this is where, how does he feel about you? He feels that if he wanted to, he could tell you what you needed to know and get you back on track if he wanted to. And so he believes he has the power to make the situation the way he wants it. Now, he's not messing you about because he's not around, but if he did show up, you would have to be very careful here because this card in this instance can be a bit manipulative if it's ill used. Okay, so the fact that this is what he feels about you, how he feels about you, is that he feels he has the power to make anything happen should he want to. It's all about him. It's not about you. It's all about him keeping his options open and knowing, well, you know what, if I want to get Cindy back on track, I can. I don't have to do anything in the meantime. I can just wait till I feel like it. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. All right. It's not a great energy, honestly. I would say, once again, silence is probably golden. Again, same message. All right, Cindy? Okay. Here we go. Blue cow blue. Like number 10, guidance card for my relationship with Simone. All right, let's have a go. Let's see. Guidance for you around Simone. Let's have a look. Okay, so you've got the Emperor. So the Emperor is a really important card. If this is your guidance, this is where you must decide where your boundaries are. So this is where you say when enough is enough, and you go, okay, this is no good for me. This doesn't work for me. It's very important that you decide what those rules are. You decide where your line in the sand is, and you say no when you need to say no, and you need to step into a more in charge energy, okay? And to do that, sweetie, you're going to have to rein in your emotional response because you're not going to like doing it. It's going to feel very uncomfortable. And that is just unfortunate, but that is the guidance on your relationship with Simone. You need to establish some clearer boundaries and step into the in-charge position, all right? So get your emotions in the back seat, get your logical head on, and just draw a line. Right, there you go. Oh, look at that. 2222 in the Netherlands. How lovely. It's lovely. It's a That is a fantastic number. And you had a fantastic card, Namira, as well, didn't you? So that was very strong. A very strong message from your guides and a perfect time. How wonderful. John Peter. Oh, that's right. I think you said that before, didn't you, darling? That's right. If you come to another live, remind me that you're John Peter, because I may not remember. Okay. Leela, I only answer one question for one person on the live. Everybody gets one question, so I can't answer more than one, because otherwise we're all going to be here until next Wednesday. All right. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up, guys. I'm gonna wrap up kind of now. So this is gonna be, I think, my last question, because it's 9:30. Oh, thank you, John. I always look forward to reading for you and to hearing the next stage of your journey. All right, Etheria. I would like to know if AV is truly done with me and the connection wasn't something serious, but he hasn't been following up with plans. Okay, let's have a look. Well, possibly not. I mean, so I've got the sun. I'm slightly conflicted here, because I guess it's not serious. It's all about just he. You see, the thing is that when the sun comes up, when the sun card comes up. So I don't think he's necessarily done. But the reason I'm conflicted is because yeah, it's funny. I'm getting a bit of a conflicting message here. So on one hand, you see, I'm getting that I've got the sun because you're seeing everything clearly, but that's not really sitting with me, honestly. I don't think he has quite finished, but what you need to know is this is all about him just wanting to enjoy himself. He just wants to keep everything light. He just wants to keep everything just kind of like free and be in that enjoyment space. That's what I think this means. So I think you will hear from him again. I think he just wants to have a lot of fun. I think he doesn't want to get tied down. You're right. It's not serious. But it's not that there's not some nice stuff here. I wouldn't make a life plan out of it, honestly. But your question is he truly done with me? And I don't think so. I think there's more to come. Just make sure you stay light with it. And I think all will be well. All right, guys, I've come to the end of my tether. As you could see from the way my brain wasn't quite working right then. All right, it's been really lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for showing up to the live. It's been awesome. We've had some lovely readings today, and I'm sorry if I haven't. Got to you. If you asked a question, I think I got most. I think I got most people. Leela, I did read for you. It was definitely on there, so you'll have to watch back, and you'll find your reading. All right, everybody. Thank you, Maren. Thank you, everyone. It's lovely to see you, and I will see you all next week. Okay. Good night. Good night. Sleep well, everybody. Good night.